Check, check. 1, 2. All right. All right. What is up? What is up? What is up? Let us talk about a couple things here. So I have, and I hope the sound is okay. This is my first live stream. I'm using the webcam on my Mac, and that's obviously because basically I don't have everything figured out yet. I thought I'd try it, see what's up. So, all right. If you're watching this later, thank you for watching. If you're watching it now, thanks for joining, supporting me. All right, so I have two 7As here. I have the blue, sea blue, and I have the coral. Let's dive into some cases. I might give it a second here just to make sure we have everybody in here. Let's see. All right. So if you're watching this later, there's a couple things I want to talk about, and one of them is going to be the Pixel 7a. I have it in C and coral. So for starters, the coral color is actually okay. So here's my thoughts on the coral. Coral is awesome, but I don't know if I think it's awesome just because it's like a Google exclusive. So basically, I'm deleting all my notifications. So basically, I'm wondering, is this a cool color just because it's exclusive to the Google store and you had to order it and pre-order it? Or is it actually like a legit good color? So coral, sea blue. And funny story. Well, not really that funny, but I was putting my stuff away the other night, and I was putting this phone away over there in my pile of stuff, and it just kind of slipped out of my hand, flopped over, and the screen protector just completely cracked and shattered right here on the corner. So this has no screen protector. Oops. Don't expose my friends. Hello. And so when it broke, I was a little bit nervous because I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it or not, and so I wanted to maybe return it. But yeah. So Pixel 7a in blue, Pixel 7a in coral. So you can see the comparison here. I don't know. I think this is kind of cool just because I kind of like this color in general. I think it's fun. But the point of tonight is to test out this live stream and see how it works. And you know, people join, they do, they don't, I don't care. I just want to see how the interaction works, and I'm gonna get some better software and try to interact with you guys and everything like that. So let's do this. Let's take a look at some TUDIA cases. So TUDIA was awesome enough to send over I got here four cases. So I got this color here, which is the smoky pink. Okay, I got this here, which is matte black, which is matte black. Indigo blue, love their blue stuff, which is really nice. And then this which is called gray. All right, so let's dive in here to some of these and figure out how they look, how they feel, and see what's what. And what I want to do is figure out, because my problem with the colors like this, like with the coral, is that it doesn't always come out being the best with cases. And what's interesting is if you look at the case of color, so this is, I haven't opened this yet. I'm just looking at it. I thought it was a 2-piece, actually. That's interesting. Oh, it is a 2-piece. Yeah, it's 2-piece. So you can see separates right there. Okay, nice. Okay, so with the 2-piece cases, sometimes they have a tendency to kind of come separated or feel loose. Just right out of the bat, it doesn't feel loose at all. All right, so let's try it first with coral and gray. There you go. Coral gray. Okay, here's my initial impression on this. It's hard with these silicone cases because they end up feeling um, cheap or slippery or stick in your pocket or whatever. And I'm always going to compare this to like a Spigen or maybe like an Apple silicone case. But here's what I'd say. So far, I'm not crazy about the big branding on the bag. It's not that bad, I guess. So here's a mouse case. This is going to be from Mouse, obviously, and this is for the Pixel 7 Pro, which I have right here. Let's look at the difference between the two. So if you look at the branding, it's a pretty big difference, right? But man, it feels really good. Talk about how it feels in the hand, right? So yeah, I mean, okay. So here's my thought on this. My overall impression of cases and my overall impression of um, how these are supposed to feel is when I feel a case, I say, okay, how much different does it feel than the actual phone itself? And anything too big, too bulky, I'm just not on board with. I'm not a fan of. I don't like it when they feel like um, I'm feeling a block of plastic or a block of cheese. I guess is the best way to say it, but a block of something else that doesn't feel like the phone. Now, I do like the fact that it has a flat back, so it lays on the table, right? Obviously, very easily. Good quality. Cutouts are fine, obviously. Clickiness is good. Look, for a regular case that is going to protect your phone, it's great. I mean, no quality issues I can see. Let's look at it on the blue. Here we go. Blue. Okay, so this is my point when I'm saying about the color. So I like blue, but golly, you can get blue anywhere. You can get blue on Amazon. And now you look at the coral color, and the coral is just like so eye-popping and different. I'm not talking about cases anymore. I'm talking about the color of the phone, I know. But anyway, so when I look at the case on this, it looks awesome, right? But does it look too generic? Does it look too unidentifiable? For me personally, I really like to have kind of out there colors. I have a few on the table here. Let me show you. And thank you if you're watching this later. Again, this is my first live stream, kind of testing. Cheers. Test this stuff out to see how it works. And appreciate the support and everything as always. If you like what you see, click the sub button. That'd be awesome. If not, then do what you want. All right, so this is my iPhone 14 Plus in blue. Okay. This is my Pixel 7, which is about to go away. I'm about to trade it in. Seafoam. And then, of course, I'll take out the case. I have the Pixel 7 Pro in this hazel color. This is going away when I get the Fold. And I honestly, it's just because I don't use it. I got it thinking I was going to use it. It's cool. I like it, but whatever. All right. So again, back to my original point is I really like the kind of blue colors, which is why I was leaning more towards this. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, here, let's try another one. Okay, so here is, before I jump into another case, look, here is the blue iPhone with the C Pixel. Maybe what I'll do is keep this for me and give my wife the coral. but there we go. This is the indigo blue, so obviously should go well with the blue. Actually, I don't know. It might go well with the coral. All right, so TUDIA on the bottom. It's dark. It's a very dark color. All right, let's try it here first with coral. I mean, the cool thing about the TUDIA cases is that they are high quality. I'll tell you that much. There you go. Looks good. I like it. Little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-ish, but it's cool. Let's try it with the blue. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen right there. Seamless, clean, obvious symmetry with the colors. That looks so good. All right, TUDIA, I see you. So again, the texture of these, I think the price is like 15, 20 bucks at the most, but the texture of these is what is the most interesting. So my biggest problem with some of these cases is that they don't have, there's another, I don't have any others over here, but I always go away from the cases that are like soft touch, right? Because typically what happens is you get fingerprints on them, you get grease, you get like gross, nasty, sticky messes when you're if you're like me. I have kids, so for me with kids, I'm cooking breakfast in the morning for school, and before they leave I'm making bacon or whatever it is, and you touch one little thing that's a little bit greasy and all of a sudden you have a big smear on the back of your case, right? So this one is from Cyril, and this is for the Pixel 7 Pro. Love this thing because it's like a matte finish. So it's like a matte finish, right? So basically what's going to happen is as you put this thing on and you touch it with those kind of wet hands, it just falls off. It's so nice, and it's so hard to get behind these cases that like have this kind of feeling of I'm going to make the case just as gross as the phone if I didn't have a case on it. What's the freaking point to censor myself? So what's the point? So with these, they don't have that feeling that I'm going to get it really sticky and gross. So I actually think it's really cool. I like it. Okay, so that's two so far. So we have gray and blue. And on the inside, you have this cool kind of textured pattern, which has a tooth on it. I don't know what the logo is about. But whatever. All right, so black, or excuse me, matte black. So, and yeah. Appreciate you guys hanging out, checking it out, see what's going on. Watching this later. If you're watching this later and you find my crazy antics enjoyable, can you hit the sub button? We're about to hit 3,000, and I want to make these a little bit more of a regular thing, so appreciate it. All right, black. So again, this is probably the move if you have a coral or what are the other colors? White, black. I mean, this is safe, but so I know there's gonna be a lot of people who want to have this particular style just because it's black and it's easy, but God, it's just boring. Boring. Beautifully done, but boring. It's like people that are, wear just black shoes or wear black t-shirts. Wait, that's me. Okay. All right, the last one here is smoky pink. Smoky pink. We're telling the lights here, but this is pink. Now the question is, wow, that is way different. Okay, so this is probably like a black or white case. I was curious, but it doesn't look terrible. I mean, what do you think? Does that look bad? It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd rock that. I'd use that. I mean, it's really pink though. But I think that for this coral color, I'd probably go with gray. I think gray is the winner. I'm about to switch my sim over to the Pixel 7a for tomorrow for a new video coming out. But yeah, I think that looks the best. Right? Get the nice gray outlines. So yeah, I think it looks good. All right, so I wanted to do one more thing before we sign off because it's kind of a short test stream tonight. I wanted to look at the Pixel 7 versus the 7a. All right. So one of the main things that I look at when I'm talking about phones and devices in general is weight. Here is my biggest complaint. Here it is. Here's my biggest complaint about the 14 Pro Max versus the 14 Plus. All right, so for starters, the 14 Pro Max is heavy, like really heavy, like at the point where I call it pinky weight, like a pinky test right here. Okay, so the pinky test is going to tell you what the longevity is of this phone in your hand. For myself, I travel for work. I work in many different states, and I work for an industry that is kind of all over the place. So for me, the pinky test is really important because when I'm on a plane, whether it's in you know aisle seat, middle seat, it doesn't matter. It's just a matter of being on a plane. So when you're sitting here like this, along with having a case on it, it adds this weight to your pinky. And so what do? You do this. You say, okay, I'm watching a video. Like, oh, that's great. Yeah, right. And then you go, okay, I'm going to hold it like this. And I'm going to hold it like this. But what is still happening is that pinky is still supporting all of that. So what I have figured out is what is the pinky weight on this? For the 14 Pro Max, obviously, really high. For the 14 Pro, much, much, much less. Okay. But the 14 Plus has the best out of all three. And it's crazy to me because for me, the 14 Plus, people scoffed at. They laughed. They're like, why would you ever buy that? And to their point and to my point when it first launches, I kind of agree. Like, why would you spend $1,000 or $1,100 on this when you could probably get an iPhone 13 Pro for $1,200 or a 13 Pro Max for $1,300 or something if you want the same screen real estate. But obviously you have the new chip, you have a lot of new features to it, and so my favorite, do I even say it? My favorite among the three right now, 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max, and 14 Plus, probably the Plus. And you say that with a disclaimer as to what your needs are. Okay, so here's what I'd say. If your needs are always on display, 120 hertz refresh rate, and kind of a real crisp, clean experience, then obviously the Pro line is going to be for you. If your needs are a great battery, really beautiful screen, because the screen on the 14 Plus is still really great. If it is still being able to run all your apps very, very, really well, and all the features of iOS, don't scoff or pass up the 14 Plus. I might get some feedback on that. I don't know. But my ultimate thought here is if you want the latest and greatest, it doesn't always have to be the Max. It doesn't have to be the Pro line. It doesn't. I've tried. So, okay, let me back up. So I've tried all these as daily drivers for, a week at a time, 2 weeks at a time. I had the 14 Pro and Pro Max with my SIM card for, I don't know, months, right? Like maybe 3, 4, 5 months, all at once. The issue that I have with them was not just the fact that they were kind of boring because they're iPhone, and iPhones are kind of boring, let's be honest. The issue I had was that it was heavy. I have the Fold over here, and this is the S23 Ultra. So the S23 Ultra has become my daily driver. This is what I'm using right now as my main phone. It's about to switch over to the Pixel 7a. I use this for like a day, maybe two, just kind of get an idea. And I realized very quickly that it is a budget phone. It's not cheap, but it's cheaply made. Not cheaply made. That's the wrong way to say it. It's not as feature rich as I would like it to be, and that includes the screen. That includes the battery life. Battery life is mid tier at best. But anyway, so the S23 Ultra is my main device, and what I've realized is I don't care so much about the 120 hertz. I don't care so much about the latest and greatest, because the photos kind of all look the same for regular daily stuff. And the Pixel 7a takes amazing photos, especially still photos. Video, obviously, iPhone still reigns supreme. S23 Ultra is like right behind it. But at the end of the day, it's a matter of and I don't want to hear the ecosystem BS that comes out every time, because everyone talks about how they have a MacBook or they have an iPad, and I get it. But pretty soon, and maybe after this, I'll launch another stream to talk about it and take questions on Beeper. Because when you look at the ecosystem, you look at Beeper, you look at what is it, Sunbird? Sunbird is the other one I have, I think. Sunbird. So Sunbird, you have these other apps that are able to bring these iOS exclusive features to Android. It's going to change the game. It is. So, it's one of those things that to each his own. But I will tell you this: between iPhone, iPhone 14 Pro Max, iPhone 14 Pro Plus, I'm going to tell you right now, I prefer the Plus. And again, the reason is the weight. This might also be unpopular, but look, Apple has not gotten down. Oh, I turned my flashlight on. Apple has not gotten the matte finish down yet on the back. They haven't. So you have this really nice, but it still feels like glass a little bit. You have iPhone 14 Plus with the aluminum sides. So I enjoy the aluminum sides more, because it feels like when I do this, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to slip. It's not going to fall. But when I do this with the iPhone 14 Pro Max, it's a little bit more slippery. It feels like I'm going to probably maybe drop it a little bit more. But ultimately, it comes down to that pinky weight, man. It comes down to the pinky weight. It's like if it's heavy on my finger, that's what she said. If it's heavy on my finger, I'm not going to want to use it all day long. So it could be, hey, what's up, man? So it could be that I don't like the overall weight. I don't like the feel. But here's the other thing I've realized. And again, I'm talking about iPhone. I started this on Pixel, but now I moved on to iPhone. I don't care about always on display. I don't. Yeah, guitar. Yeah, I have a PRS. I'm a guitar guy. I'm musician by trade. I started out playing guitar when I was like 9 years old, and I still play a bunch now. So again, if you talk about a couple of things, can you get one of my guitar? You can have one of the pictures. That's pretty much all I can give you. That's about it. All right, so let's go to what is something about the Pixels, right? So I got the Pixel 7 Pro, the Pixel 7 here, and then the Pixel 7a. Okay, so Pixel 7a. So in my ranking of the three of them, here's my ranking. Number one is actually the Pixel 7. And the reason I use that is because I think that the form factor, and I hate to use the phrase how it feels in the hand, because every tech reviewer uses that same phrase. But the Pixel 7 feels the absolute best in the hand. And I'm going to use the phrase. So the weight of it, the railings, the side, the back, all of it. This is a super close second. And my last is going to be the Pixel 7 Pro. And I have a good reason for that. And I'm going to explain that in 1 second. What I do for a living, I work super hard and I get people to send me stuff. So that's what I do for a living. All right, so here's why I think that the Pixel 7 Pro is a little bit overrated. I think that the Pixel 7 Pro is overrated. Might be a strong comment, but here's why I think so. First of all, the screen is like, it's good, but it's not great. And that actually it stands up because if you take a look at the Pixel 7 Pro versus the Pixel 7, or the Pixel 7a for that matter, it's not enough to say, oh my gosh, I have to drop this one 7a for the 7 Pro. And it's enough to like be really super pleasing to the eye, but it's not enough to say, okay, I have to have the other. It's kind of, it goes back to the same argument I made before, which is between the 14 Plus and the 14 Pro Max. So that's number one. Number two, the photos, the still photos. Sorry, man, no giveaway. I need them for my content, but I'll keep it in mind if you sub to the channel. Also, follow me on Twitter if you want to. I mean, I have like a massive 200 people following me there, but go find me on TikTok too. TikTok, I have like 65K on there, and I got almost 3,000 on YouTube. So I'm trying to get up to over 3,000. So appreciate you sticking around. If you have any questions, let me know. So Pixel 7 Pro. The other reason I have a really hard time with this device as like a recommendation is the camera bump. Okay, so you can see the scratches all around there. This thing was freaking scratching within the first week that I had it. And, you know, listen, I understand that it's, you know, aluminum and stainless steel and it scratches and all that stuff, but I'm sorry. There is no excuse because here's, okay, proof and case. Case, no pun intended, but this is my 14 Plus, okay? I've had this for about 3 months now. 3 months, I think that's when I made the video on it, but 3 months. I've had it with no case and not one scratch on the back. Not one. Let me look at it. Nope, nothing. Not one scratch. The 7 Plus, and I'll see if I can get it on camera. You can see that little mark there, and it's kind of all around the hub here. That is strictly because of the just use, basic use. So it's disappointing that there is you know, an issue with it, but you know, what are you gonna do? So my number one choice out of the three would be 7 first, 7A second, and honestly 7 Pro last. You know, I just don't know if it's worth the price. And the last thing I'll say about this, and again, I don't think this is an unpopular opinion, considering the other tech guys out there and what I've heard them say and everything. But look, the curved screen, this curved screen, it's time for this to go. It's time for the curved screen to die on the hill, and it is the last man standing. Enough with the curved screen, please. Let's just move to you guys nailed it with the 7A. Okay, here's the 7A in blue. Look, you nailed it. And I know that the Pixel 8 Pro whatever is supposed to have a flat screen according to the leaks, and I am all for it. But look, it's just not gonna do it for me. So that leads me to my next topic. Okay, appreciate you guys watching this after. If so, Drop a like. Let me know in the comments if you're watching this after the fact. Sorry, my allergies are bugging me. If you're watching this after the fact, again, this is my first stream, so happy to be here. Happy to just try some new stuff out. This is actually pretty fun having a live stream. So, okay, so the S23 line, the S23 Ultra, which is right here, has been one of the most consistent and most positive experiences I've had with an Android device yet. Now, that being said, it has its flaws, it has its downsides, it has a few things that I wouldn't necessarily want to encourage. Number one, what is it? Curved screen. Okay. Give me a flat effing screen. The main reason for that is because on the Pixel 7a, here we go, flat screen. What can I put on there? Screen protector. Pixel 7, flat screen. What can I put on there? Screen protector. iPhone 14 Pro Max, screen protector. iPhone 14 Plus, screen protector. Okay, you get the idea. It's one of those things that it's no longer a matter of convenience or cutting edge technology to have a curved screen. And I am over it. And I'm at the point now where I'm really considering not buying any more devices with a curved screen, because honestly, it's got me over the edge. I'm done with it. It's pissing me off now at this point. And if I have to hear one more company say they have a fluid waterfall screen or something like that, it's just gonna make me not want to do business with it anymore. It's enough. This right here is enough reason to not buy this device. And the reason I say that is because, again, I'm sorry to flex, but here is the S23, the regular S23, okay, with the Pataka case. The regular S23 has a flat screen. The S23 Plus has a flat screen. What is one of the first things you do with a phone when you get it? You put a screen protector on, right? Even if you have insurance and you have all the coverage, I have Samsung Care and all that kind of stuff on here too. The first thing you do, you put a screen protector on it. So one of the things I did with the S23 was get a screen protector to see how it worked with the fingerprint reader. Worked great, no issues. When I had the Pixel 7 last year, I had to get a special screen protector, a Zag or something like that, to make sure it worked. This one, they improved it, so it actually works now, so I don't have the same issue. But it was kind of a pain to do it. So so now with the Pixel 7, it's no problem. So long story short, please stop making curved screens. It's super annoying, and we're all over it. And if somebody tells you in the tech space that they are all about curved screens, then they're lying. They're not telling the truth. So so yeah, so that's pretty much all I want to talk about. 30 minutes went by really fast. But I appreciate anybody hanging out and checking this out. Maybe after the stream is over, you guys are clicking on this to see what's going on. But in the meantime, I hope you guys subscribe to the channel. Let me know any comments that you want to see talked about, whether it's phones, computers, lifestyle. I do a lot of fashion stuff too. So bags, accessories, belts, stuff like that. I'm happy to talk about it. But until next time, it was great seeing you guys in live reaction. Appreciate you joining, and I'll catch you on the next one. Okay. Until then,